Please welcome the amazing Jennifer Lozano. Please. Jennifer, this is your first time in Los Angeles, is that correct?
Yeah.
So just so you know, it's a little strange here. They eat tacos with corn. It's really weird. See? It's really strange. Before we get started on your boxing career, let's talk about your childhood. You've been very open about the bullying you faced when you were a child because of your weight, because of your accent, living in Laredo, Texas. And you went to your grandmother. What was her advice to you when you told her about this bullying and the violence you faced?
I told her once about it. I never told my family about it. But when I did tell her, she said, pues si a ti te molesta, mija, tú les pegas para atrás. Tú no te dejes, no te rajes, mija, tú pégale para atrás.
And what did you do? You said, okay, but you took it a step further. You went to a gym and started training when you were a child. What did you do?
Yeah, so she told me that, and I was like, Inga, pues I'm gonna defend myself, right? Like, I can fight. So like after school, I was always getting jumped and stuff, but as soon as she told me that, like I never had the courage to hit somebody. Like I never liked violence. I was very angry, so I took it out on my siblings when I got home, but never on the people who were causing it. So I joined the boxing gym on the south side to try and defend myself, and I fell in love with the sport just like that. They had me shadow box for about 3 or 4 hours that first day, never wore gloves, boxing shoes, nothing. And I fell in love with the simple fact that I could defend myself.
The gym owner at the time, you said, okay, I'm ready to compete. That coach said, no, we don't want women fighting in events. What did you do?
I got discouraged. I was 9. Me and my mom went up to him to ask him if I could compete, because I would see all these boys with trophies and medals and belts coming to the gym, and I was like, I want one. Like, why can't I get one? So I wanted to compete, and he said no. He said no because I was a girl. This wasn't a sport for me. I wasn't meant to be there, and I wasn't gonna be nobody. And that I was still chubby, and you know, I just had weight to lose. So my mom looked at him and said, "Okay, está bien. Usted va a ver un día ya va a ser muy grande, va a ser bien grande, va a llegar bien lejos. Usted no me vea." And me thinking I'm 9 years old. That's just my mom like talking, right? Like not querer. And pues, you know, I started in other sports for my health because I was chubby. And so I was in soccer and basketball, and I was really good, but I didn't have that passion, that drive. My mom noticed and took me to a different gym up north. And I started sparring guys. And as soon as I did, they didn't want to get in the ring with me no more.
Yeah. If you could find it, there's a videotape of your first fight where you admittedly said you lost all your training and you went, "Esta loca." You started saying, right? Someone who was undefeated. And you went down, not because you got punched, but because you got tired. Something happened at that moment that you do today with your hands. Tell us about what happened when you got up.
So I fell, she hit me right in my chest. I walked up to her, I was super tired, and because all I knew was to street fight, like, "Está loca." And pues, like, I got back up and I smacked my gloves. And when I smacked them, I was like, okay, like, it's game time. Like, I'm not about to get stopped. I'm not about to, like, fall right now, like, in front of my family. My grandma was there, my mom, my dad, everybody. And I was like, "Nambe, like, I can't lose. I can't lose." And so I ended up winning that fight after that. And I just got back up and I fought.
Do you still do that today, smack your gloves?
Yeah, but I don't fall. I just smack them. I smack them right before I fight. Yeah, I don't fall.
Your grandmother was one of your biggest fans, but she was living in Nuevo Laredo. As you lived in Laredo, you would go visit her across the bridge every day and visit her. But there was a lot of violence, a lot of guns. You talked about this. And there was one case where a lot of people got killed. There was a shootout. And then your grandmother didn't answer the phone. What happened?
I ended up finding her deceased body about a week later in her home. Me and my mom discovered it, and you know, it was pretty much downhill for my family after that. I was 17, and I was going down the wrong path after that. I became blind with anger and rage, and I just wanted to fight. I didn't care about my well-being, nothing. And because of our strong culture, we didn't believe in you know, berrinches and like chiflazones and que lloras and kind of find help stuff. Like you kind of dealt with it on your own. And it was pretty much downhill for me. Like, I didn't care about school. I wanted to fight everybody. I lost a lot of friends. I was going down the wrong path, and I was just blind. And so one of my closest friends, Chris, she was the one who stuck with me. And she had to walk me to my classes. She ate by herself. Like, I wanted to be away from people. I knew I was just angry. And so I would eat by myself at the gym and stuff like that. I would isolate myself because I didn't want to hurt nobody. I was just mad. And even at the gym, like, I would spar my teammates who were all guys. And obviously at this point, like, they had to control their power. And I was like, hit me. Like, no me vas a pegar, I'm a girl, you're going to let a girl hit you. Like, ándale, pégame. I didn't care. Like, yeah, I wanted to get beat on. I wanted to beat people. Like, I didn't care. I had so much anger. And then I lost my national tournament that same year in December against my teammate on Team USA now, Alyssa Mendoza. I ended up losing to her on a split by a point, and that changed my life. Like, all of a sudden, this weight came off my shoulders, and like, I wanted to change my life. Like, I was like, ¿qué estoy haciendo con mi vida? Like, I'm just wasting it. Like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm failing all my classes. I'm just in the street. Like, ¿qué está haciendo? Like, ¿pa' qué? Like, my grandma would not have wanted this, man. So that's when I decided to make a change, and it didn't come easy. Like, I was still messing up. I was still doing stuff, and like, COVID hit. So being alone, being the youngest in my family, and just being home alone like all day and just going to practice and stuff, like, it sucked. But I ended up reaching out for help. And once I did, like, I ended up coping with it. And then I decided to be an advocate for mental health because I noticed other friends, like, that I had, like, dealt with trauma and stuff, and like, they let that trauma depict their future and stuff like that.
Today, you are now ranked number 1 as in the United States as a light featherweight women's division.
Thank you.
Won the Golden Gloves, Pan American, and then you went Olympian. Paris didn't go the way you want, but when you got home, the city of Laredo, and people don't know, they don't even agree where to put a stop sign in Laredo, but you returned and everybody was united to welcome you back. From the schools that you went to the politicians who had hated each other, everybody was there to greet you. What did it mean for the whole city to rally and say, we got your back?
It meant everything to me because, you know, when I lost, like, it hurt. It stung so deep. I've been doing this since I was 9 years old, had a big dream, sacrificed a lot, lost a lot of people along the way, had to make a lot of changes and stuff. And for within less than 10 minutes, like, that's gone. Get me? So I felt like a fraud. I felt like a disappointment when I got home because I was like, man, like, I didn't do nothing. So when I got home and I saw, like, all these people, my high school, everybody, like, they're chanting my name and mariachis and all this and that, like, man, it brought me to tears. I got so emotional. But what made me, like, realize, like, I had made a difference in my city and I had actually made history was the fact that kids were coming up to me with, like, these big eyes and, like, tears in their eyes and being like, muchas gracias, like, es por ti que ya no me voy a pelear, es por ti que voy a ir a la escuela y es por ti que y le voy a hacer caso a mi mamá and stuff like that. Like, hearing those type of stuff, like, dang, like, that makes me think back and the way I wanted to grow up and look up to somebody. Like, I never had that, so the fact that I can be that for these kids and future generations in my city, like, and even across in Mexico, like, that means a lot to me and even more.
At the Olympics, there was that controversy, obviously, with somebody falsely accusing a female boxer as being trans. They were a woman, identified as a woman, birthed as a woman. But on social media, it became into something else that some people in certain areas of the political persuasion were saying women should not be in boxing. It's not a sport for women. Even though you're competing at the highest level, when you saw that criticism, what was your reaction?
Man, I've been told that my whole life since I started that career. This career, like, yeah, it's a male-dominated sport, but we're here to show everybody, the whole world, our community and everything that, pues, las mujeres también pueden. Like, las mujeres son bien chingonas y las vamos a hacer de que las mujeres.
You are right now an amateur. Are you thinking about going pro?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe not right now. I still have to get back with my coaches and see what they say because if it's not with my coaches, you know, nobody's getting me. Like, me and my coaches have been through everything. Only they know what we've been through, the sacrifices we've made. So with them, like, I got to get back with them. I've been all over the place and speaking everywhere, but
it's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. Soon. We don't know when, but soon. And I'm going to be making a lot of history once I do and once I go pro.
Now, there have been a lot of boxers like Holly Holmes and all that who've transitioned from boxing to MMA. Are you considering in the future doing MMA combat sports?
I'm gonna be honest, nah. They're crazy. Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool with boxing. Nah. I'm not doing MMA.
That's not you.
Nah, I box. I just need my hands to beat you up. Like, that's it.
In our final 60 seconds here, take us back to that little girl who started and was going, está loca, going crazy, that Mexican style, kill or be killed, to now you do that, but then you stop. Almost after you remind your work, but you're also messing with the boxer. What are you doing now?
I'm just messing with them. Like, it's at the end of the day, boxing, like, it might be a violent sport from the outside, but in the inside, it's beautiful. It's like an art to me. And it's like my safe space. And to me, like, what I do in that moment is, like, I basically figure them out. And I know their weakness. So me and my coach trade day in, day out to train for every scenario possible. And, you know, I know what I'm facing once I get in there.
Jennifer, we are honored to have hosted you at this Visionarios stage and proud to feature your journey there. Give her a round of applause.